Hello, welcome to Lay's Looking Glass. 2025 is a special year. It feels different. From Donald Trump's return to the White House and the death of the Pope, to Chinese leader Xi Jinping's loss of power, the outbreak of an Indian-Pakistan conflict, the escalation of the Russia-Ukraine war, this year is already shaping up to be a watershed moment. And the ancient Chinese have pointed at 2025 as a year of major transformation. But what if all these events aren't just isolated incidents, but symptoms of a deeper pattern, a pattern that has echoed through history time and again, and it all revolves around a mysterious number, a symbol of major societal change. What is this number? Let's take a look. In the Chinese calendar system, there's an interesting number, 19. Every 19 years, a full cycle completes. For example, Chinese Lunar New Year in 2025 fell on January 29th. Go back 19 years, and Chinese New Year also fell on January 29th in 2006, a full cycle of 19 years. But it gets even more intriguing. This number 19 isn't just mystical in calendrical terms. It's tied to China's dynastic transitions. The Qing dynasty was China's first centralized empire. In 221 BC, Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified the 6 warring states and ushered in a new era for the Middle Kingdom. In 202 BC, the Han dynasty was officially established. The time between the founding of the Qing and the Han, 19 years. Now consider the Sui and Tang dynasties. The Sui, like the Qing, was also a short-lived empire. Emperor Wen of Sui took the throne in 581 AD. The dynasty collapsed in 619 AD when the last Sui emperor was deposed. What followed was the golden age of Chinese civilization, the Tang dynasty. The time span between the rise of the Sui and the Tang, 38 years, exactly 2 cycles of 19. Similar cycles appeared in modern times. From the 1911 Xinhai Revolution, which ended China's last imperial dynasty, the Qing dynasty, to the founding of the People's Republic of China in 1949, how many years is that? Once again, 38 years, or 2 19-year cycles. Now fast forward to the present, from 1949, when the Chinese Communist Party came to power, to 2025, 76 years have passed. That's 4 cycles of 19 years. That brings us to the big question. Since the 2025 marks the end of a full 76-year cycle, is China approaching another historical turning point? Is this pure coincidence, or does the number 19 signify something deeper? Across cultures, mathematics, religions, and history, the number 19 has long held a sense of mystery. Mathematically, it's a prime number and a key part of the Metonic cycle, in which the lunar and solar calendars realign every 19 years, which is a principle central to both the Chinese and Hebrew calendars. In Islam, the number is explicitly mentioned in the Quran, and some scholars believe the entire text contains a 19-based mathematical structure. In Chinese thought, 19 is seen as a threshold number, with 1 and 9 symbolizing opposing cosmic forces. From astronomy and religion to historical transitions, the recurrence of 19 across so many systems has led many to view it as a number that may hold hidden patterns in time and change. 19, 38, or 76 years, these seem to echo major cycles of dynastic or societal transformation. Let's take a look at Russia. In 1917, the February Revolution broke out. Tsar Nicholas II abdicated, and the Red Bolsheviks stepped onto the world stage. Fast forward to 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, sparking sweeping changes across Eastern Europe. Then in 1991, the Soviet Union disintegrated, and over the following 2 years, its former republics declared independence one after another. The dust finally settled on December 25, 1993, when the Constitution of the Russian Federation officially came into force. Russia was born again as a new nation. So, from 1917 to 1993, that's exactly 76 years. For the Soviet Communist Party, those 76 years marked a full cycle, a great reckoning. Now let's take a look at the United States. America is a relatively young country with a history of 249 years. Yet this mysterious 76-year cycle of upheaval seems to echo in American history. Roughly every 76 years, the United States is pulled into a moment of massive transformation. On March 4, 1789, the U.S. Constitution officially came into effect, establishing the United States as a federal nation. On April 30th of that year, George Washington was inaugurated as the first president. 1865 was marked as a year of major historical significance. Two events took place, one hopeful, one tragic. The American Civil War ended after 4 bloody years, and President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. Both the North and South suffered devastating losses, but the outcome was monumental. Slavery was abolished, and the Southern states rejoined the Union. This marked the beginning of the Reconstruction era. Immigration surged, the economy boomed, and the United States began rising as a major Western power. And another 76 years passed, and in 1941, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor, forcing the United States to enter World War II. During the war, America flexed its industrial and military might and emerged as a global superpower after the war, replacing Great Britain as leader of the Western world. Then yet another 76 years passed, and we arrived at 2017. A businessman from New York who had never held public office became president of the United States. Donald Trump's campaign slogan, "Make America Great Again," ignited the biggest political movement of the 21st century in America. Once in office, he pushed for government reforms, reshored manufacturing, and championed the America First agenda. Domestically, he revitalized the conservative base and called for a return to tradition and common sense. Internationally, he launched a trade war targeting Communist China and identified China as America's #1 rival. Despite fierce political opposition and media backslash, he pushed for a massive transformation in the US. 8 years later, in 2025, at the end of the Chinese Communist regime's 76-year cycle and China's predicted year of upheaval, Trump is elected again. All signs point to 2025 as an eventful year. So, is 2025 just another year of global turbulence? Or are we witnessing the unfolding of a hidden historical rhythm, a pattern of 76-year transformations repeating across civilizations? Well, ancient Chinese divination text has explained why 2025 is a year of major changes. According to the book Huangji Jingshi, a classic Chinese text based on the principles of the I Ching, the year 2025 corresponds to the hexagram Ge, meaning revolution or transformation. And this isn't a minor shift. The full hexagram is 泽火ge, or lake over fire, where water from the lake flows downward while fire burns upward. As the saying goes, water and fire are incompatible. When the two forces meet, intense conflict and collision are bound to happen. On a societal level, this signals sweeping change or revolution. On a personal level, it reflects a time of inner transformation and growth. This is a year when we must prepare ourselves, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, to face new challenges and embrace change. No one can say for sure whether this 76-year cycle of upheaval will play out fully. But 2025 is already shaping up to be a critical year for China and for the world. The wheels of history are already turning. Domestically, housing prices in China have collapsed. Banks are strapped for cash. Unemployment and bankruptcies are surging. COVID outbreaks have returned, and power struggles at the top have turned brutal, even bloody. China is sitting on a powder keg. Externally, Trump's return to the White House has reignited the unfinished tariff war from 4 years ago. A new wave of policies is targeting the Chinese regime with full force. Can China make it through 2025 under the weight of these internal and external crises? There are always two sides to every coin. Every negative is paired with a positive. Such is the law of the universe. The intense water-fire clash of 2025 has an optimistic side too. Even within great turmoil lies the potential for profound growth. A wave of personal awakening could rise, fueling broader societal transformation. What may be a disaster for some can become a breakthrough for others. Take the Eastern European Revolution of the early 1990s as an example. For the Soviet Communist Party, it was the end, but for ordinary Russians and Eastern Europeans, it brought new freedoms, new choices, and a renewed sense of hope. The United States offers another example. After each 76 years, the country emerged stronger with new growth, new prosperity, and new direction. In the Stele of Salvation by the 14th century philosopher and prophet Liu Bowen, it says, "In the celestial year of the dragon and snake, a great calamity will come, but if we survive this year, the immortal realm will reveal itself." The year of the dragon and the year of the snake were 2024 and 2025. If Liu's prophecy holds true, surviving this year may reveal a new horizon, a light at the end of the tunnel. In another prophecy, the prophetic stone diagram, Liu wrote, "Hard times lie in the tiger, rabbit, dragon, and snake years, but if you can push through them, you will live like a sage among men." The tiger, rabbit, dragon, and snake years correspond to 2022 to 2025. They were indeed a difficult period. Look around. Since 2022, the world has been battered by war, plague, and political chaos. But 2025 seemed to be the final, climatic chapter of this turbulent time. According to the book Huangji Jingshi, both years are governed by auspicious hexagrams, signs of hope and renewal. The lower triagram is fire, symbolizing the people. The upper is heaven, symbolizing leadership. Together, they represent harmony between ruler and people, working side by side to overcome adversity. This hexagram suggests that 2026 will be a year of rebuilding, reconciliation, and consensus after the storms of 2025. The lower triagram is lake, and the upper is earth. It depicts high levees standing above calm lakes, a wise and steady ruler guiding and nurturing the people. This is considered one of the most auspicious hexagrams, symbolizing virtue, tolerance, and enlightened leadership. In any case, the message is clear. If we can weather the storms of 2025, a brighter future is within reach. History moves in cycles, and 2025 may be one of those rare inflection points where everything shifts. Whether you believe in numbers, prophecy, or patterns, the signs are all around us. Political unrest, global realignment, and spiritual reckoning. The ancients warned us, but they also gave us hope. So stay grounded, stay alert, and above all, stay ready, because the future starts on the other side of 2025. That's all for today. If you like my program, please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.